Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm grand.
Yeah.
Good, good. How about the rest of you? Awesome, nice.
Hungover and
Awesome.
great.
Sounding pretty good. Matt,
Not hungover.
better.
Yeah.
Bryan, John.
Well,
Just got home from work, so time for some D&D.
All right, let's do it. Let's meet the party in Shenanigans. You guys are walking into Shenanigans after completing some quest together. What quest did you guys complete together? Someone give me a detail. Matt, what was the primary mission of the quest?
It was a complex series of deliveries between one guild of goblins with waffles to kobolds. And then we threw the waffles at the kobolds.
I see.
Whatever house, whatever that was.
Bryan, how much were you paid for this quest?
Ooh.
I was not paid anything.
Classic.
Yeah.
What about the whole party?
well, I managed to get 50 gold.
Whoa.
How did you get 50 gold and nobody else?
Because he was the
Well,
only
I don't know how what everyone else made. I just got 50 gold on the side. The goblins weren't looking, and I just grabbed 50 gold.
I was paid in waffles.
Yeah.
John, who hired you to do this waffle throwing quest?
You know what? I think we never even got his name. I think we were all quite intoxicated when we were given this quest last night at the bar. So I think it's a mystery.
But
Marc.
I think we got just enough EXP to level up, right?
Marc, how difficult was this quest?
Really difficult. So difficult that we leveled up, like I was saying.
All right, so you're saying that everyone's arriving back at the bar with no spell slots and low HP?
Yes.
All right.
And waffles.
Everyone's already expended their spells, and everyone drop yourself to 50% remaining HP. We'll just
Hell yeah.
across the
Done.
board. We'll say that's where we're starting today.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
My token out.
I'm ready for
Alright.
it. That's why you don't
All
ask me
right.
questions like
Can you
that.
fix the token for us?
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway,
Are you a bird? Are you literally a bird?
I'm an Aarakocra from
Literally.
the bighorn.
Literally a bird. Okay.
Guys, birds don't exist.
They're the bighorn. The great horn. I mean, the great horn to the west.
All right. So you guys arrive back at Shenanigans after your goblin quest. No one's got any money except for Martu, except for Ka, who grabbed a bunch of gold on the way out. For some reason, they just had a bag of gold lying around. You guys get back to Shenanigans, tired, exhausted after this long quest, low on hit points, getting hungry. It's late in the afternoon. You open the door, and everybody's asleep. Desmond's passed out, leaning on the bar. People are laying on tables or backwards in their chairs. Some people are flat out on the ground. Tables and chairs have been sort of tipped over a little bit haphazardly, but not all of them, just some of them. And everybody is sleeping.
Callie's gonna go behind the bar and look for any maple syrup to go with her waffles.
Ah, wants maple syrup too.
Indeed, you find maple syrup.
All right,
There is a
I'll grab
glass container of it. Yes.
Is stealing from Shenanigans doing harm to Shenanigans?
People have stolen from Shenanigans before, and they've lived. The thing is, there's traps. So,
Hey,
This is
Ka,
like your own-
I need some money.
here.
I saw
here
you
go.
pick up that bag.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go. I was just hiding it till we got out of there. Here, have 10 gold each.
Okay, I'll leave 1 gold on the counter. Take the
Okay.
syrup over to the table and begin to
Sure.
eat waffles.
Everyone add 10 gold to your character sheets.
All right. Waffles, yum. So,
Do the waffles heal
Car,
us?
do humans usually sleep here? Car, this during the day?
I'm taking a look out. I'm not. I'm on the run from people.
Ah,
Who are
Oh.
you on the run from?
From Bogworks. I got kicked out of Bogworks because I tried to steal a bunch of spells from them. Tried to release a bunch of spells to the world. I'm a fan of. I'm not really a fan of these ivory towers hiding this magic information from society.
So they're
Elitist
wizards.
bastards.
And they're ivory towers, man. They're ivory wizard towers.
Do you
Do you
think
know how
wizards
many
are coming?
elephants died to make that tower?
Exactly, yeah.
That's why there's no elephants. left
Magic
in
elephants.
God damn.
All right, so I look at around the bar. Is there any minotaurs sleeping?
Minotaurs?
Yep.
The answer is no.
Oh.
Ooh.
With an 18, there is one minotaur.
All right. So I go sit next to him and I give him a plate of waffles with syrups and then poke him to try to wake him up.
He does not wake up.
I get insulted and I take the waffles and I put them on his horns.
All right. They sit on his horns, and the syrup slowly drips off of his horns and into his hair, where it will slowly dry and matte and crystallize and make it very difficult to get out without, taking a shower or a bath.
I pat him on the back and go back to the group.
You return to the group. Okay.
I turned to the Minotaur. Why did you do that?
I was trying to be nice to my people.
Car, very nice. Car.
I got insulted.
I see.
Can we nudge Desmond? Does he wake up or no?
You give him a gentle nudge, and he does not wake up.
Ah, he fall asleep, and the person who did it must be dead.
Maybe you should try to wake him harder.
Wait, how many people are sleeping in this room?
A lot.
There are 70 people in this room asleep.
Okay,
Really?
I totally misinterpreted.
Yeah, everyone is asleep.
Okay,
There's something amiss.
yeah.
We don't have any rogues, right? Because this is a prime opportunity.
I know, right? But
Yes.
I'm just gonna- I'm
Because
just gonna
nothing
announce-
bad has ever happened to someone who stole from the people of Shenanigans.
Wake up!
I'll go on the stage and play my guitar because they never let me play.
Does
my
anybody
guitar
wake up?
here.
Nobody wakes up. Ka gets onto the stage, pulls
I
out
play
a
my
guitar,
guitar.
and starts to play it. How do you
Yeah,
play a guitar? Do you have fingers?
I think Aarakocra had like fingers on their hands. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
they're feathery hands though.
Wasn't there?
They've got talon feet, so they don't wear shoes.
I'm like
Yeah,
picturing this right now.
Here we go. 31.
Ooh.
On your performance check?
Yeah, how did I
Oh,
get
wow.
31?
That's
Oh,
really.
that's Yeah.
Marto
Very
just
good
goes to
roll.
the stage and starts fucking like doing a minotaur dance there for you.
Yeah, they totally have fingers on their hands. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, okay, they're claws, but they're finger
Claws,
claws.
fingers, same.
Claws are like better.
Well, I mean, they're good for strumming the instrument. Those.
Yeah, you're not gonna bleed your fingers on it.
Yeah.
You make beautiful music, bird.
I'm gonna go to the Minotaur. And
Caw, 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 caw,
Take him to the
caw,
ground.
caw.
Do not touch the bird. He is beautiful. I like you, bird.
I'm gonna go to the Minotaur and shake him to the ground.
You easily
Wait,
shake the Minotaur to the
Which
ground.
Minotaur?
Yeah.
Wake up!
Ah, the sleeping Minotaur.
The Minotaur hits the ground and does not wake up.
Does the waffle fall off his horn?
Yes.
I'm going to
Darn
cut
it.
him a little.
Why do you ruin my art?
Jesus.
What
Did you
the
say you
heck?
cut him?
Yeah.
What do you cut him?
I produce one of my arrows,
Uh-huh.
and I begin to cut into a little 1-inch deep cut in his arm.
Well, it works. You have bled the Minotaur.
Wake up!
Oh, that's not
He does
cool.
not wake
Caw.
up.
Please
Effort
do
doesn't
not
approve.
cut my brother in.
Stop
But I
fooling around. Come over here.
I go over there and I start taking some of the Minotaur blood and start drawing in my book. I draw the Minotaur with the waffles on his horns. But I draw him in a beautiful setting with like rolling hills and sunshine, and he's just dancing with his waffle horns in blood.
I'm gonna
His own blood.
I'm gonna slap these drawings out of his hand.
What are you doing?
Drawing.
Ephra, okay. You
Respect
feel
the
inspired.
art.
You feel inspired from doing that art. Ephra approves, man.
This is amazing. Tell me about this god.
Ephra inspires artists and fighters to do beauty in the world. And your art, Ephra approves. Have inspiration from the goddess herself.
I love art. I love this. I want Ephra in my life.
Well, here, have a wooden token and wear it around you so I can use certain
I shake my
spell.
head and I go to the other two.
I hang the wooden token on my horn.
Okay, fair enough. Does that count? I think that counts.
Alrighty. Party?
All right.
Something's weird going on here, and it's not the Minotaur painting other Minotaurs with its blood. That's just normal.
I'm gonna go outside.
Okay. You step outside into the cool late afternoon, early evening, pre-evening, I think is the term, the pre-evening section of the day. Yeah. It's a nice, cool autumn day. Evening.
Is anyone in the streets?
No.
I'll go to a shop.
All right. Let's bring us to the mappy map. Which shop would you like to go? You are already in Shenanigans.
I'll just go to Big Ben's brothel.
Yeah, you step across the way. The doors are open, and there are people asleep in their chairs. Some people are dead because they've fallen face forward into their soup and drown. Other people are sprawled about like in Shenanigans. Big Ben himself is passed out behind the counter with a little bit of blood trickling from his head. Looks like he hit it on the way down.
Okay, so I'm going to start organizing the people between naturally sleeping, okay, and then injured and need to be like affixed in some proper way, and then dead.
Okay.
And
you can move the people around slowly but surely until you organize them into piles or rows.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
You know, I'm taking care of the ones that can still be taken care of.
Okay.
I
tend
loot
to
the
the
dead
wounds
ones
of-
for evidence.
Guys,
Those words
guys.
were well picked.
Yeah, I'm gonna call back to Shenanigans. Everybody's asleep.
Oh, okay. I'll do Echoes of Magic. I'll cast Echoes of Magic, which is a spell slot.
Have you guys
I
considered
see
it?
current magic auras and where magic auras were. It's because it's. I can
All right,
post-
let me look some stuff
yeah.
up. Brian,
Yeah,
what were you
yeah.
saying?
I was going to say, guys, have you considered? I think this is it. The government is putting magic waves in the air, and it's making us all go to sleep. This is exactly as I had predicted.
All right, I'll do some counter spells to keep us awake. Wait, I'm not a bard. I can't do that.
Play the song anyways, bird.
Yes.
Beautiful. Ka indeed. Tell me more about these mind waves. How do we fight them?
That's you need a magic hat, I think.
I have horns with a waffle. Does this work?
That could. Oh, you're not a, wait a second. We ate waffles. We have waffles. This is it. This is why we're awake. And nobody
Waffles
else
are a
is.
cure. I knew it. Beautiful.
I think it's the little areas, like the indentations in the waffles. It reflects it. They get captured in the holes.
All right, I want to try to I want to try
Waffle,
feeding the
miracle
asleep.
food.
I want to try feeding the asleep Minotaur waffles.
He does not involuntarily eat in his sleep. I'm sorry.
We can't even make people drink
Cannot
potions.
cure-
We can't get them to eat a flipping waffle.
But if waffles are the cure, how do we make them eat it?
No. You wear them. You can't. If you destroy them, the holes. You've destroyed the holes that block the magic waves.
Mm.
During these shenanigans, I'll be organizing all of the sleepy people into 3 different piles.
Okay.
And as soon as I'm done in one building, I'll go to a different building.
Okay. It'll take a while. How much strength do you have?
I have 12.
All right. Actually, it won't take that long then. 12 strength is on the upper range of average, and it's more than enough strength to easily like lift a person or drag somebody across a hardwood floor. So with relative ease, you can go from person to person. You might need some help on some of the larger denizens of the town. Meanwhile, the echoes of magic do come back, and you can see that all of the sleeping people are covered in a thin layer of residual magic that's just left behind, effects of the spell or magical effect that has affected these people.
After it's revealed, it is a magical spell cast upon them, not a radio waves.
Can I smell anything unusual with my tracking smelling Minotaur shit?
You can smell Minotaur shit.
In the bathroom or just like randomly around?
Near the Minotaur whose horns you put a waffle upon.
Pooped himself? What the fuck?
Hey man.
It's been hours, probably.
It's a strange world. Sometimes people poop themselves when they've been asleep for too long and been drinking too much. Maybe he had a bunch of coffee right before he fell asleep.
All right.
Oh, the power nap. I've done that.
Can we see if the sleeping people are actually like breathing, or are they like if we open their eyeballs, like are they like glazed over, or?
They are indeed breathing, and if you force open their eyes, they look sort of rolled back in their head like they're asleep.
I believe this might be magic.
Oh yeah, Ephra revealed it as such. Call.
Then maybe you magic people should find a solution. Beautiful.
I can follow the tracks of the magical auras and see, although there is a limitation to that.
I will follow you, beautiful bird.
Are we sure it's not sound waves? Are you? Would you?
Would have revealed it was magical, not sound waves.
Not sound waves. Okay.
Let me just.
Unless they're magical sound waves.
Well, maybe, yeah, because our bards do exist.
I have not met a bard.
Bards are the blessed of Ephra. They produce art for her, although they don't have any cleric spells. No, I'm a cleric of Ephra who was exiled.
Who plays music and does magic.
Yes.
You are exactly what you have defined.
Very well.
No,
I'm not the bard class.
That would be too obvious. No person would be that obvious if they were to commit such an insane scheme.
I have only been recently told about this Ephra, but I trust them. I do not think this is the work of Ephra.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I only see the residual left behind by spell casting, so I don't think I can track it. All right. Okay. So yeah, I can't track it. Sorry, I just had to reread the notation. We have to see how far out are people asleep. Are they asleep from the farm all the way to the keep?
That's a great question.
Let's go
the party
check.
splits up to go search out the extremes of the town, and one person going in a separate direction.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's skip that farm. There was a dead person there last week. And that farm, there was a different dead people that week.
All right, so the two of you go off to the farms alone, leaving the rest of the party to hang around the Shenanigans area?
I trust
they can
this.
check out. They can go east and see how far east the sleeping people are.
I would go with them if I was done collecting all of the people of the town, but...
Well, it's a whole town. If you want to collect every person, it'll probably take you on the order of days. To if the entire town is asleep, there's a lot of people. You got to go from house to house, and if you want to collect them, so you might have to drag like that wounded person over here to this pile. It'll be a long journey.
Then I'll throw in with these guys. I'll go with them.
Okay.
Right.
What about Randall and Rich? What are you guys up to?
I'll go with the people who are checking out the farms. I want to investigate this.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, I'm tagging along.
At this point, it
All
sounds
right.
like everybody's.
Okay, good. The
we'll
whole
all go
party
to the
goes together in one
farms,
direction.
And we'll go together to check out the keep and see
Just wanted to
how
see
far
if
east and
I
west
could
it
get you
is.
guys to split up.
Playing the party is always the best way to go, really.
I was fine with it. I can just fly away now.
Do you enjoy breaking up parties?
If I'm gonna fly away and I grab onto you, do I fly away with you, or do you die?
No, I'm not strong enough to carry a minotaur or a human or even a
you
gnome.
fly?
What if I jump?
No, I literally can't carry another person. I literally can't, okay? I've got hollow bones. I only fly because I'm lightweight.
All
I
right.
can't carry people.
You guys head back out the direction that you came, getting to the outskirts of town late in the... It's no longer pre-evening, it's now full-fledged evening. And there's a farm. There's some lights on inside the house.
It's not a corn farm, is it?
No, it's just a wheat farm with
Oh, it's
some
a wheat farm.
animals.
Is there two dead people, family dead inside?
You haven't knocked on the door and opened it yet.
Oh,
Do we see animals on the outside?
Yeah, you see chickens and what do you call them? The ones that go oink? Pigs. That's it. Chickens and pigs.
So
Neal,
basically, it's not the same farm I came to the other week when
What-
we
All right.
died and then didn't die.
No.
when we were walking around town, were the mounts and horses and whatever asleep?
No. There were birds hanging out in trees. There were squirrels running across the field, the road. There's not really a lot of chickens in the main section of town. But curiously, well, give me a perception check. No, a wisdom check. A willpower check. Matt.
Will.
We're such good people not robbing the town. Holy shit.
You noticed that the dogs weren't barking. Like, chickens and the birds were asleep. The, what do you call them? Squirrels were, the chickens and the birds were awake. The squirrels were awake. But the
pigs were climbing
humans,
trees.
the people, and the dogs were asleep. You haven't seen any cats yet. But at least the dogs have also been affected or maybe stolen. But they definitely aren't barking. But you haven't seen any yet. Maybe someone stole all the dogs. That seems weird. Probably not. Yeah.
Weird. Is there any
I'll
like
knock on the door.
purchased dogs or dogs are kept in that town?
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs that
Animal?
are kept in the town. A lot of people have dogs. Very
Okay.
common.
Hmm.
You haven't seen any yet. Anyway,
Yeah.
you knock on the door.
Caw!
Yeah.
Caw!
There's no answer.
Hello! I open the door handle.
You open the door to see a small fire burning in the back of the fireplace. A family of 4 is sort of cuddled on the couch in front of the fireplace, leaning against each other.
Beautiful family.
Hello.
Or
They do
extend
not
all the way
reply.
out here.
Okay, I'm gonna go put out the fire.
Alright, you put out the fire. It hisses if you use water, or it just goes out if you cover it with dirt. Or I don't know how you want to put it out, but it's out. No problem. No threat to the building.
How long ago did they all fall asleep? Any way to tell?
That's a really good question. How would you go about finding out how long the town has been asleep?
Okay, what did the fire look like before we put it out?
It was at the very back of the fireplace. It was just a few coals, not coals. There was one log that was still sort of burning and surrounded by a bunch of coals to the front. Usually when you stack your fireplace, if you want it to burn all day or all night, because you need the fire to keep going because you don't want to keep remaking fires over and over, you'll stack the wood really close together in a long row. And you'll start the fire at the front and it'll slowly burn all the way to the back. And that way you can get a fire that'll last 8 or 10 hours. So this fire was burned to the back of it. So it had been lit somewhere 8 to 10 hours ago and had made its way all the way to the back. That's your upper end of when that fire was lit.
Yeah.
The lower end, maybe they just lit that one log at the very back. So the bottom end, you're not sure, but the upper end
Okay.
is somewhere between 8 to 10 hours ago is when they fell asleep.
Okay, so guys, I think it's no more than 10 hours ago, but it could have been earlier, just based on the fire. My investigation.
Does anyone know of a way to find out the earlier end? It has to have been at least this long ago? instead of no longer than this ago?
Well,
Are there
just in
any-
general time of day, like if they're cuddling on the couch, it probably wasn't like 4 a.m. in the morning, right? So based on the time we are now, there's probably an easy lower bound that we can determine
Well,
based on that.
There were people in the common room. There was people in the common room, so it wouldn't have been 4 a.m. anyway.
People are always in the common room.
Yeah, like just
Not
judging
70, not 70 people aren't always in
judging on the
common room at 7
activities
a.m.
that were just happening throughout what we saw in town and what we saw here and all that.
No one was on the streets though.
Was there no one on the street?
I'm
no,
gonna
the
look
streets
around.
were empty.
I'm gonna look around for like any meals in this room
Ooh. Huh.
that have perhaps been left out.
I'm
Might
thinking
be
like things
signatures
like
of time
candles,
there.
like temples would replace their candles every day at a certain length, so you could work out that. But I
Is there
wouldn't know
something to be
enough about
gained
that.
by the time right now, by the way?
Well, it gives us a timetable of this mystery. Knowing the time might help solve the mystery and
Okay.
how big it is. Okay, it's clearly covering the whole town if the outskirt
Yeah,
farms are getting hit.
the area I could see being helpful. The timetable, I'm not sure about. Unless
There
we
is-
The timetable is always helpful for a mystery.
There's no food left out. Whoever these people are, they were not in the middle of eating anything when they fell asleep.
Yeah.
Do they have powdered milk in the fridge?
Excuse me?
Do they have powdered milk in the pantry?
No.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the powdered milk imports have been discovered to be brought by hobgoblins and are actually the bones of milk cows that have mixed with water. And so people have stopped importing powdered milk.
Damn. Not
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, if I was a cleric of Tempos, I could have just done no time, and I'd know the time. But
Well,
all right,
what are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna go find a dog.
How do you find a dog?
there's a pound in town
I'm gonna
run
go to
by.
a known dog owner. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the pound.
Okay. You
Yeah.
make your way downtown to the pound, and sure enough, there's a kennel filled with sleeping dogs.
Let sleeping dogs lie, okay?
I think triangulating is our best bet here. So, like we were doing before, just like looking for
Well-
places where people are awake.
Well,
We
let's
haven't
check the
found
docks.
anything, like-
Yeah, like it's probably just the whole town, and it's probably areas bigger than the town. So I can't work out where the exact center is because I mean,
Wait, how far were we out?
well, we were on an adventure. Don't you
How far
remember?
though? Yeah, but exactly how far? He's got a point.
Like 12 hours ago.
You guys were so I guess the question is, when did it take effect, right? Because you traveled. So at your furthest point, you were at the you were probably to the west. So at the furthest point, you were at the plains, the Alarnian crest. At your closest point, you were in town. So depending when the spell effect took place, you could have been fairly close to town, or you could have been, you know, a long way away.
All right. All right. So the Trikeen also fell asleep. The dog catcher.
The dog catcher is not in the pound. Now,
Oh.
the other thing that we got to consider
Are there
here is
any
that you
elves?
guys have lost most of your HP and all of your spells. And this quest could be solved a lot easier if you had some of your spells back, right?
But if we go to sleep, then you're going to make us go into a dream world with all these people, and then we have to follow the quest in the dream world.
True.
Oh,
True.
That's actually a really good idea. Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Are there any elves in town?
There's probably some in Shenanigans
That's
even
a
in
great
their sleep.
question. You go back to Shenanigans and find no people of elven or half-elven nature.
Oh,
That's convenient.
any of us half elves? I can't tell if you're humans.
I mean, I don't think that would help.
No, I'm a human woman.
I mean, I'm half human.
Oh, okay.
Half human, half.
The other half is also human.
All right.
So either there's just no elves in town, or the elves have already just walked away because they're not asleep, potentially.
Are there any known elves, like elf shopkeepers?
No.
Okay.
No, elves know better than to hang out at Shenanigans.
We have like the Three King Dogcatcher, all these other races, and elves are just like, fuck Shenanigans.
Well, I'm thinking, let's check the jewel shop to see if anything's been stolen. If the jewelry shop's been stolen, then we've got the motive. Car.
Oh. Ooh.
But if nothing's been taken, it's not the motive. Car.
You can go to one of the jewelers and find that the guard in the jeweler's shop is passed out, leaning against the wall next to the front door. The jeweler is nowhere to be seen. The jewelry is still present. I mean, maybe some high value pieces are gone, but you wouldn't know if something was stolen. You just know that not everything is stolen.
Is there a bloody, beautiful piece of jewelry around that I could see?
No.
Damn.
There is no blood-covered jewelry.
Well, not blood covered, but like a ruby necklace or something. Like,
you just mean a red gemstone?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's red gemstones everywhere.
But are any of them like already in jewelry?
Let me cast Echoes of Magic for you. Echoes of Magic.
There are some within jewelry and some that are separate stones. Yes.
If I could find a nice ruby necklace, I'm down.
Don't steal, car.
Kelly's gonna start trying on jewelry.
Ephra's watching.
Does Ephra not like jewelry?
Well, Ephra likes, just don't be bad. Do cool things. Theft isn't cool.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with this. We shouldn't steal physical property, but if you have something that you could copy it, if you could like cast a spell to copy the diamond, you should do that. That's fine because you're not depriving the original owner of their property by copying it.
Marco looks at his sledgehammers and his art book and just shrugs.
I see why you were kicked out of your magical school. Don't steal from these people. Put everything back.
Yeah.
Callie will put the jewelry back.
All right.
Marco looks disappointed.
All right.
I won't steal for Ephra. Caw.
You say moo. I say caw.
Why would I say moo?
I don't know. The stereotypes. Caw.
So Ephra does not like stealing, but likes stereotypes.
No, was this a joke? Ephra doesn't like stereotypes.
I'm gonna leave this store and just like listen out into the like town because like everyone's asleep presumably, so it should be like dead silent. But I'm wondering if I can hear any people or anything around. Or...
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh,
nice.
That's a very good perception check. Let's see. What would you hear if you were by the pound? It sounds the dogs are asleep. You can hear the wind blowing through the trees very easily. There is
the Berg River.
None of that makes noise. No, it's silent. It's just the natural sounds of trees blowing in the wind. Maybe like a loosened fence post squeaking and banging against something else. The sound of someone's wind chimes hanging out in front of their house. Maybe a loose window shutter blows in the wind as well, banging against something. But just the normal natural sounds and the sounds of a loose town.
Maybe we should take this opportunity to go see if the temple has stored a lot of stolen goods.
You can go ahead. I want to make sure nothing's on fire because if everyone in town's asleep, there could be some loose flames.
I miss these equipments.
I'm tired of running the zoo. I don't know why we partied with so many animals, but anyway, let's.
Not an animal.
Let's split up.
People.
I think we need a fan out around this town and see what was been disturbed. If there's any clear signs of theft or something, so clearly something has happened. So
I think that's a great idea.
Well,
I think maybe we should
all the elves
rest.
are gone.
I think resting might be risky considering the problem we're seeing in front of us. Maybe one person try taking a nap. We'll see if we can wake them up after.
All right,
that is a good plan.
The party begins to fan out around town. Roll for each of you.
All right.
No. Oh.
I I want to stay with
All
the
right.
bird. The bird is my friend.
Okay. Rich.
Yep.
You are headed north through town looking for something, anything, when you come across a house. It has a whole bunch of lights on inside. It's very well lit. It's kind of shut like everything else. The only thing that really draws your attention to it is the amount of light coming out of the house, because the sun is setting down now, and lighting is a difficult thing in this era. You have to use fire, basically, to get it, or maybe some sort of magic. So usually lights are kind of dim and they flicker, and they'll be coming from one place more than the other. This house is very well lit, as is the small garden that surrounds it. It looks like it is magically lit.
Okay. Yeah, I might can I kind of look through a window or something, because it seems like
Yeah, there's like a little white picket fence that goes all the way around the house, and a little garden on the inside, and then the house in there itself.
Are there garden
There's
gnomes?
a door on the white picket fence that you could use to not step over it, or you could just walk over it, whatever you want. Some of the bushes look a little thorny.
I would probably I'm definitely on high alert at this point, because this is strange. So I'll probably go over the side, not through the gate.
Okay. You step over the side and make me a saving throw versus spell.
Those damn garden gnomes.
Your first foot goes over the fence, and immediately the vines nearby, the grasses, close over your leg. And your right foot, one of your feet, is entangled on the other side of this fence. Your spare foot is free on the dirty side of the road.
All right, can I try to get out of it or wait for it?
Do you have a knife of any kind?
No.
Do you have a sharp object of any kind?
Nope.
Do you have really high strength?
Pretty high, reasonably high strength, yeah.
Do you have fire spells?
Give me a strength check.
They haven't got spells, remember?
Ooh, you were just shy. You can sort of try and rip your foot out of the grasses, but they're unnaturally strong, magically strong even. And you go to try and like maybe pull some of the grass off, and it begins to wrap around your finger, and you can free your hands really quickly. But you are held by the very earth itself. But you're not too stuck. You can still, you only got 1 foot in the hole.
It's pretty quiet in this town, right?
Very.
I'm just gonna try to like duck on the other side of the fence at all, or like try to hide and wait to see if anybody else kind of shows up.
Yeah, eventually someone is gonna find you, I'm sure, as everyone walks to the town. We'll leave you here for a moment. What were you saying, Matt?
I was just pointing out the general quietness of the town.
Yes.
It's almost as if someone
shouting
can be
out the
heard
hill.
from anywhere. In the
Yeah, it would
town.
be very easy to be heard.
If
Yeah.
someone were to make noise.
Yes, in this dead silent town, you could draw a lot of attention to yourself. Is that what you're trying to do, Brian?
No, I would not. I would not want
Okay.
that. No.
Okay. Anyone
So
else? You
I'm-
search the town. You don't find anything unusual.
I'm flying around to make sure, see if there's any fires, any buildings are on fire because a fire's been left out or something.
No buildings are on fire.
All right.
When he takes off the fly, I jump and try to fly after him, and it doesn't work.
Do we eventually stumble, or does one of us eventually stumble?
Do I
over?
spot him while I'm flying around?
Uh,
I can roll perception or at a disadvantage or whatever.
Let me just peruse a book real quick before I give you
Okay.
an answer. Everyone else kind of scatters around looking for some things. It's it's Shenanigans, just devoid of people, or not really truly devoid. You don't see anyone in the streets, but you can look through a few windows here and there, and everyone looks to be asleep in their houses. Something. Eventually, someone will run into Rich.
Do you want to roll for it, or do we just figure it out?
It'll be Marc who rolls into Rich.
Cool.
All right.
Hello. What are you
Hey.
doing, Rich?
Hey, I'm stuck. Get me out of here. It's magic.
All right, with one hand, I pick him and I just like rip him off with my stupidly high strength.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. Oh, that's Boomer. That's not strong. Okay. There we go.
Yep.
One hand.
Nope.
One
He does not
hand.
come out.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
Cut it away. Do you have like a weapon? Do you have like a sword, a dagger?
I have sledgehammers. Would you like me to break your leg?
A scimitar? What about like a scythe? Like a scythe's good for cutting plants.
Yeah.
An axe.
I have a quill
axe.
for poetry.
I just keep naming off sharp. I just like go through the list of like every single sharp weapon somebody have.
I have horns.
That could work. You could use your horns to cut.
I am not sure I would like to put my head in this grass at this moment.
Yeah, I guess you can fly. Moving speed 36. You can fly at 3 times the rate of other people's walking speed.
Yeah, but my walking speed is 6 though.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, you walk like a dwarf, but you fly faster than a person. Faster than a horse, even.
You've had
Anyway.
Aarakocra fly in other episodes.
Yeah. Anyway, the two of you have found him. The Erickson flying over will spot the two of you doing this thing while the others are still searching. You haven't found any people. You haven't found any buildings on fire. Nothing else is really staying out when it's unusual. John and Matt, is there anything else we should know? Or anything else you want to do?
Do we encounter anything?
No.
I suppose we eventually return to the place that we left off.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go bring the other people to the guy stuck in the grass.
Well, before that, I can just land next to you and use my sword. Try to use my swords on it.
Do you do that?
It's polearm, so I don't think that's not a cutting weapon. Sorry, it's a stabbing weapon.
Okay, I go to the weapon shop, I retrieve sharp objects, and I take it to Bryan.
Okay.
None of us have a sword.
I hand the sharp objects to Marc.
I will attempt to use... Wait, what'd you give me?
I hand you a...
That's very important. A scimitar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you stole a scimitar. Good to know. So I will attempt to use a stolen scimitar to cut the grass and free his leg.
Yeah.
Remember, you have inspiration.
You're not in a combat situation, so you can easily take your time and remove the grass from his legs now that you have a sharp object to do so. And
I was kind of hoping you'd
free.
make me roll so I could get a natural one, cut his leg off.
So what is this area again that he's trapped in?
This is a house, a magically lit house.
Interesting. Very interesting.
What do you guys
Have we
think
been?
of this?
We haven't been making a bunch of noise, have we?
I think there's been quite a loud ruckus going on outside.
I mean, you're probably the noisiest things in town, but I don't think you guys have been shouting at each other. The one time where there would be a real opportunity to shout for help was not done. So I think you guys have been making regular, normal amounts of noise.
I believe we should check out this house.
I'm gonna step towards the bird and I'm going to say, "You can fly, right? You can fly over this.
Yeah.
You can fly over this grass, over that
Yeah.
house."
Car?
Caw.
Yeah. Well,
Caw indeed.
maybe there's something in that house.
Oh, that house looks a little small, a little claustrophobic. I don't think I can go in there.
Well, you can fly to it.
I can
I
fly on the
think we
roof,
should
but I
check
can't go
out the
inside. It's too
town.
small.
All right, I try to open the gate.
Okay.
There's like a
The
front gate or something, right?
Yeah, it's a little small gate. Only comes, 2.5 feet off the ground. You
Okay.
flip the switch and it swings open happily. There's a brick road that leads, 30 feet through the yard to the small thatch cottage.
It seems there is magic here, but we could just walk in. We could also rest for you spellcasters to not be useless.
I am quite injured.
I am injured as well, and we have no spells.
What do you think, Randall?
I already gave you that warning about we should let someone try to nap if you want to do that first. Then
See if we can wake someone up if they fall asleep first. Car.
I think that's a good idea. Let's have one person go to sleep.
Who's a sacrifice? Car.
I will go to sleep. That's fine.
No, you're useful.
Also, are we okay? Are we okay with just
All the
passing
better
time while
Great
something
Texas.
may be happening?
Well,
I am okay
you
with
can
it.
fall asleep and try to wake you up. That's the test. I'm useful
but-
because Aphra gives me inspiration.
But my point is, do we all want to sleep anyway? Because if we go to sleep 8 hours from now, things may have been already over that we could have solved.
I'll
Well-
stay awake.
Let's try to just take like a 15-minute nap. How about that?
All right.
I'll take it.
All right.
Are you?
Where are you going to go to sleep?
I'll just find a building, find a dark space, let the party know I'm going to go to sleep inside
Why
of
don't
it.
you just get your room in Shenanigans?
Okay, I'll go to my room in Shenanigans. You know?
Because everyone else besides you is afraid of it.
And I go to sleep.
All
Wake me
right.
up in about 15 minutes, guys.
I turn
Alright,
over the
poetry.
hourglass.
Really gotta
and
sleep.
Wait.
Like an hour, maybe, or yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
an hour.
You guys can sleep while the rest of the party stays awake and keeps watch on things. And they wake you after you've been asleep for a little while, and you wake up just fine.
Ah, wake up!
Did I have any intense Nexus dreams?
Nexus dreams? No.
I
You have. You've only been asleep for 15 minutes. You've not entered REM sleep. You haven't had 0 dreams.
Okay.
I wrote poetry for 15 minutes. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Aphra will enjoy it.
The city sleeps, our journey weeps, the grass it grabs, and our bird it dabs.
I don't dab. Wah! Wah!
You dab for Ephra, Caw.
Nah. Ah.
Terrible. All right. I don't think we have time to take naps. We need to figure this out now.
Hmm.
We're the
Well-
only people awake in this city. We can't go to sleep too.
Usually there's travelers who come into the city of a day, but there's no one here. Where is everyone else not who has
So we have
traveled
one
into
person
town?
that doesn't want to go to sleep, and we have 2 people that do want to rest. And then we
Who
have that
needs a
bird.
rest?
I'd rest the heal,
No idea.
because you said that we were at half HP too.
Yeah, I've already dropped myself to half. But
Same, Caw.
What do we want to do?
I want to check all the roads leading into town to see if there's any travelers asleep on the road, because there's no one in the city, and usually there's travelers coming into the city of a day.
I think we visit the house. We rest. If we do not wish to rest, we visit the house. Simple solutions for simple problems.
Okay.
Can we
Let's
just
visit
find a
the house
wizard who
then.
lives in town with a communal lightstone inside his house? Car.
Did this? I haven't spent much time in the city. Have you guys seen this house before?
Ah, I'm not from town. I'm from the mountain.
Have we, Neal?
seen it, Neal?
No. I mean, it's a house in town. I don't think you guys paid too close attention to the houses in town.
I've drawn this town many a times.
You have? You just conveniently gone through and drawn every house in town all of a sudden?
No, like the overview of the, like from the
Sure.
mountaintops looking down at Shenanigans.
So
and
I
stuff.
guess this is not like a mysterious house that has appeared out of nowhere, but I don't think you have had any reason to walk through or deeply explore this residential district.
That's fair.
Yeah. But it's not like all of a sudden there's a building where there was previously a pond, or a building has changed shape or something.
I have been in love with Ephra for not long, but I'm sure she would not be a fan of indifference. We must sleep, enter the building, or make a decision now.
Aphra likes people taking decisive action and being cool. Are you going to do something?
I walk up to the
cool?
building.
I follow him.
Let's go.
Is someone still asleep, or is everyone awake?
Everyone's awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole party, after a temporary sleep to see if sleeping is dangerous, and it's not, gathers around this building with the magical light coming out of it, where
Why do
your
you
foot
do
got
this to us,
entangled
Neal?
in the grass, and
Okay, there's a footpath. Do not touch the grass. If it's entangle spell, it might just entangle people who enter the grass.
You could fly over it.
Yeah, I'll fly to the thatch roof. I'm very light. I'll fly to the thatch roof.
okay.
No, I don't go
you-
inside the building. It's too small for me to go in.
You
Doesn't
take
I
off.
don't like-
You land on the thatch roof, which immediately begins to entangle your feet. Make me a saving throw versus
I
spell.
knew it. I knew it.
Ah! 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 sorry, had she closed? Just spell.
Yep.
All right. 0 success. 1.
You are stuck on the thatched roof.
I just squawk non-stop. I don't.
Is there any activity in the house while he's cawing and squawking?
Good job. Now we know that area is dangerous. Don't go up on the roof, everybody.
I call out to the house. Is anybody in there?
Silence. Just the caw, caw coming from the rooftops.
Wizard casts fireball on the roof.
I don't have that spell.
Do not do that. Do you still have that scimitar, Martin?
I do. Would you like to climb up there with it?
I think this is a job for a minotaur.
Climbing is a job for a minotaur?
Well, can you get to the building first?
I attempt to walk up the path to the door.
All right. You open the gate, put your first hoof on the red brick road that leads inside.
Mm-hmm.
And we will find out what happens on the other side of our break. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.